It looked gorgeous. The outfits and the costumes, it was just, that's why I came in here today with my leather, because I just felt like I had to look good after seeing the movie. We had to come in on the fearfully and wonderfully made tip. I got my shoulders and everything because they looked good. Okay. What is up, y'all? It is your girl Amber Gardner, and this is a special episode of Bigger Than Me, the what? Podcast, where we know our victory is bigger than our fears. Come on, somebody. So, for those of you who are new, I need you to hit the subscribe button and become a part of the BTM family. And for those that are returning, it's good to see you. I know I've been missing. We're going to do an episode addressing that soon. But first, we're going to get into this movie review. Yes, I am here to give a non-spoiler review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, aka Black Panther 2. Now, we will be doing a review with spoilers later because I got to get some things off my chest. But I want to do one without the spoilers first, okay? Now, first off, I know people are like, what did you think of the movie? Okay, so I'm going to go off of my score, and then I'm going to hit a few categories and explain why I gave my score and my overall thoughts of the movie. And as I said, we'll do the spoilers on a different video, all right? So, out of 10, I give the movie an 8.5 out of 10. I know some people. Now, before y'all come at me, let's make this clear. We can disagree about the score, but if I see you in my comments acting crazy, the Lord thus block you. Okay? Let's make that clear. I love the movie. The movie was amazing. It's one of the best sequels I've seen in a while. However, I did still slightly prefer the first movie. Now, I'm a person, I am hard to please when it comes to sequels. There are only a few sequels I've seen in my lifetime that I feel were honestly better than the first movie. Perfect example, I feel Best Man Holiday was better than Best Man, even though I watch Best Man more often for nostalgia's sake. The Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen, I prefer the Santa Claus 2 over the first one. The Bad Boys franchise, I prefer Bad Boys 2 over the first one. I prefer the second Dr. Dolittle over the first one. Let's see, some less melanated examples. Like I said, there's a couple of movies where I prefer the second over the first one. However, majority of the time, I prefer the first movie, even if the sequel is fire. So, but not only that, this movie, they had a hard task. Their main character, the person that played their main character, passed away. So they had a hard task to fulfill, like, okay, do we recast this person or do we move forward on a different route? And me, before y'all ask, I am a person, I think them not recasting T'Challa was wise. Let's make this clear. I am not anti-T'Challa or anti-Black Panther, that stuff going around on Twitter. I simply think that because the Black Panther is not just one person. Before T'Challa was Black Panther, his father was Black Panther, etc., etc. So my thing is, you can get another Black Panther, but I don't think they should recast T'Challa. It gives very much Aunt Viv, original Aunt Viv versus new Aunt Viv vibes. My 90s and 80s kids know what I'm talking about. Me and you hear when I say that. So they had a tough job. So I give 8.5 out of 10 because they did an amazing thing with a very tough position. Now, costumes, that's 10 out of 10. It looked gorgeous. The outfits and the costumes, it was just, that's why I came in here today with my leather, because I just felt like I had to look good after seeing the movie. We had to come in on the fearfully and wonderfully made tip. I got my shoulders and everything because they looked good, okay? The characters were multifaceted, and it was a lot of great seeing how different people react differently to different things. I like how the movie touched on the fact that how I deal with my trauma may not be how you deal with your trauma, and who is right. I love that. I love that 100%. I loved how it dealt with the loss and family. I loved that. When it comes to the actual flow of the movie, I give that 8 out of 10. That's where that 8.5 kind of comes from. The flow of the movie at times, there were moments that were very slow every now and then. And I just feel the flow of the first movie was a little bit better and more smooth. I feel the flow of this second one at times had a little bit of a choppy feel, so to speak. So that's 8 out of 10. When it came to the comedic moments, they were authentic and funny. There were some moments where, when I tell you, it's funny because the reaction they had is what everybody in the theater was thinking. There's a particular moment between Lupita Nyong'o's character, Nakia, and a new character that comes into the movie, where they have a reaction to something that happens with Shuri, and the whole theater cracked up because we all were thinking that. So that was great. Also, I loved how they represented women in STEM, in science and technology. That's something that's big for me just because I went to a STEM middle school, and my Hampton University, go Pirates, which I graduated from, Onyx 10, which is also kind of the Wakanda Forever side, so I love that. We have a great STEM program. And I love them representing women in STEM and women being powerful. I love how they represented that. I also love the commentary the movie made about national, I don't want to say race relations, but how different nations deal with each other, and what it really means to be an ally. There's a scene towards the very beginning between the Queen's character and like the I guess World Council, so to speak, if that makes sense. My coffee's still kicking in, y'all. There's a scene that shows some funny business going on, and I love how they do that. But I love how they address how nations deal with each other and how your ally is not always your friend. I love how they address that. And they addressed it some more with Namor and some of his opinions about stuff. And I loved how they did that. I'll say the Black Panther franchise, I feel like, has the best villains. And that's the next thing I'm going to comment on. The Namor character, he was good. Would I say I liked him as much as Killmonger? No, but he was still in my top villain list because I understood where he was coming from. I feel Namor was a bit more, I feel he was a bit more vindictive than Killmonger was. And there's a scene involving the Queen later on where you'll see what I mean. Like I said, no spoilers. There's a scene later on where you'll see what I mean when I say vindictive if you haven't seen it yet. I feel he was a bit more vindictive than Killmonger. However, he was a very, very good villain because you understood his point of view because they backed it up and showed you the backstory. They literally showed you the backstory. Similar to how they did with Killmonger. And I love that. I love a villain where I don't like you, but I get where you're coming from. I love that. I love that. I love that. When it comes to some pleasant surprises that the movie had, that's a 10 out of 10. There's a surprise a little more towards the end of the movie where they bring somebody back, and I almost shouted in that theater, boy. I said, oh! I was like, no, y'all didn't. No, y'all didn't. So they got some good surprises in there for y'all. Emotion, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 110%. They brought the emotion. There was a point where I was like this. I was like, yeah, I can't cry. I can't cry. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Stay calm. Finally, timing, once again, 8 out of 10. I think it could have been 20 minutes shorter. It kept you engaged the whole time, the whole 241. I ain't gonna front. But I think they could have kept it just a little bit shorter. Just a little bit shorter. So all in all, that is how my review, my score, 8.5 out of 10. I think I've already heard whispers that they may continue the Black Panther franchise after this. If they do, I would not be mad at all because due to some things that happen in the story, you know, the Black Panther is not over. That's all I'm gonna say about that without spoiling, because I said I wouldn't spoil in this movie. But I loved it. It was a great experience. Please go out and see it. Show your support for this cast and this director. They've been through a lot. They've experienced great loss, and I feel the way they honored Chadwick Boseman in an amazing way and honored the franchise while still breathing new life into it. And I love how they handled that, and I love how they did that and how they addressed various emotions you deal with when you experience loss, denial, things of that nature, revenge. They dealt with a lot of stuff in a very mature manner. It's a very mature superhero film, and I love that. And other than Spider-Man, y'all, I'm not the biggest superhero movie fan, but the Black Panther franchise has really opened my eyes to go, you know what? I may go on a Marvel binge one of these days because the franchise has been amazing. And I would like to, just kind of stick my hand in some other stuff and see what everything is about. But this is my review, the non-spoiler, no spoiler review for right now. As I said, the review with the spoilers will be going up later on today. And I love you all. I want you all to have a great day. Stay strong, stay true. Wakanda forever. Go see the movie. Remember to like, comment, share. If you are not already subscribed, subscribe to our channel. And I look forward to seeing you next time here at the Bigger Than Me podcast, where our victory is what? Bigger than our fears. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.